You don't use them anymore. You don't need them. But somehow, they're still everywhere. Standing on street corners, in tourist photos, bright, impossible to miss, the red phone box. Even if you've never made a call from one, you know exactly what it is. But here's the question. Why red? Why not gray, or black, or invisible, like their usefulness today? When public phone boxes were introduced in the early 1900s, they weren't iconic. They were boring. Early designs were painted gray or concrete colored so they'd blend in, which turned out to be a terrible idea. People couldn't find them. They blended in a little too well, and in emergencies that was a problem. So the British Post Office had a challenge. How do we make these things impossible to miss? Red was the obvious choice. Red is highly visible, associated with urgency, easy to spot in fog, rain, and poor lighting, which, if you've been to Britain, covers most days. Red cuts through gray streets, stone buildings, bad weather, even from far away. In 1924, architect Sir Giles Gilbert Scott designed a new phone box. This was the famous K2 model. It had thick cast iron walls, a domed roof, glass panels, and a bold red paint job. The color wasn't decoration. It was function. You weren't supposed to admire it. You were supposed to find it fast. Here's the funny part. Some wealthy towns complained. They said red phone boxes were too loud, too ugly, too modern. So in a few areas, they were painted green cream, gray. But guess what happened? People still got lost, and visitors couldn't find them. Once the red phone box worked, there was no reason to change it. It became a national symbol, a design success, a cultural icon. Even when phones went mobile, the boxes stayed. Now they're used as mini libraries, defibrillator stations, coffee kiosks, tourist photo props. But they're still red, because if it works, don't touch it. Here are some fun facts. The red paint was originally chosen to match pillar boxes. Some original boxes are now protected historic landmarks. And yes, there are more photos of phone boxes today than phone calls ever made in them. Red phone boxes aren't just nostalgic. They're a lesson in design. Visibility beats subtlety, function beats fashion. And sometimes, the simplest choice lasts a century. If you enjoyed this, hit like. And tell me, have you ever actually used one? Thanks for watching Simple Things, Surprising Histories. See you in the next one.